The field of 68 opening day showcase continues from the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Game number 2 of 3 from the plains of the Rushmore State features the Northern Arizona Lumberjacks of the Big Sky and the Bulldogs from Drake and the Missouri Valley Conference. Welcome back courtside alongside Rob Doster and Matt McCall.
Have a good one,
Rob, day 1 of the college basketball season continues to offer up the goods here in Sioux Falls and out in South Carolina.
I mean, the opening day marathon has been everything that we hoped it would be, right? We've got 3 games so far, 2 barn burners in the Rock Hill portion of this program. And here we had Omaha and Murray State play a really fun game. The first one that we have here. Northern Arizona, Drake. I'm expecting Northern Arizona to surprise some people here, Matt. This is a program that feels a little bit disrespected right now coming into this season.
Well, when you think about it, too, when you play in these early season events, you get to find out a lot about your basketball team because you're going to play against someone that may have a different style of play or a style that you're not going to see once you get later on in conference play.
Northern Arizona comes in, picked 10th in the Big Sky, as you said, Rob, a pretty new roster for Shane Burkhart. For Drake, a completely new roster now with Eric Henderson taking over for Ben McCollum.
When you think about this Drake program, since 2020, they ranked 4th in the country in total wins. What did they do? They went out there and got a winner in Coach Henderson, almost 130 total wins at South Dakota State. This Drake team is going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, Northern Arizona, they picked 10th in the Big Sky poll. I don't think anybody on that program, I don't think anybody on that roster, I don't think anybody on that coaching staff believes that they are the 10th best program in that league. They got Arne Soynick, one of the best players from Eastern Michigan. They're really excited about what he can provide, the impact that he has. They're going to be starting a true freshman point guard now. That's not the easiest thing in the world to do, but they got confidence in him. They believe that he has the poise and the mentality to be able to handle that role.
The Lumberjacks a chance to show what they can do against one of the best the Valley has to offer. It is Northern Arizona versus Drake. Game 2 from Sioux Falls on the field of 68 opening day marathon continues next.
Do you need your fix of college basketball analysis at the end of every night during the season? If you crave instant reactions and informed breakdowns, make sure you tune into the Field of 68 After Dark every night with access to the biggest stars in the sport and a cast of characters that includes the likes of Tyler Hansborough, Randolph Childress, John Fanta, John Henson, Terrence Oglesby, Jarrell McNeil, and many, many more. The Field of 68 After Dark is where college basketball happens.
What does primary care mean to us? At Sanford Health, it means being there when and where you need it most. It means building a relationship, because when a provider really knows you, they can deliver the best care for every aspect of your health and your life. So what does primary care mean for you? It means understanding your health for today and for where you're headed next. It means a lifetime of care for a lifetime of you.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long distance love. For the farsighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone.
Welcome back inside the Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, getting set for game number 2 from Sioux Falls. Game number 4 overall in the field of 68 opening day showcase. Alex Seinert, Rob Doster, and Matt McCall with you. Good matchup here between one team from the Midwest, one from the Southwest. It's the Drake Bulldogs, the reigning Missouri Valley Conference champions, taking on a Northern Arizona team set to prove some people wrong here today. A lot of players we could have picked from to highlight from both of these sides. A lot of new from both. Rob, who you want to see today step up?
I'm excited to see Arne Soynick from Northern Arizona. Slovenian wing. He was the guy that they went after in the portal the hardest, Northern Arizona did. He played high school basketball at Dream City Christian out there in Arizona. And when he entered the portal at Eastern Michigan, that was the guy that Shane Burkhart said, I'm going after him. I need to find him.
On the other side, Drake, essentially an entirely new roster from Eric Henderson. They've got some great guard play, Matt.
Yeah, and it starts with Thomas. I mean, there's something about those Chicago guards and being able to score the basketball. This guy takes and makes difficult shots. That's exactly what his coach wants him to do. Started 26 games last year at Charlotte, 15 games in double figures. This guy was one of the most coveted junior college guards in the entire country. He is a bucket getter. It'll be interesting to see how this Northern Arizona team handles him today.
It was Osojnik, the 6'6 junior from Slovenia, getting set to lead this NAU team. You mentioned in the open, they've got a youthful backcourt, a true freshman in Brennan Peterson who'll have the ball, young man from Scottsdale. On the other side again, Drake, a little more experience for Eric Henderson. Even though they are playing essentially together for the first time today. The Bulldogs won 31 games a season ago, won a game in the NCAA tournament. Expectations still very high despite the fact that there are not many returners from that group. Underway, NAU in the blue and the golds. Drake, the home team today in the white and the blue. We're off and running game number 2 from the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls.
First game as a freshman for Brendan Peterson coming in, and he's got to deal with Jalen Quinn, one of the better defenders you're going to find at the point guard spot here in college basketball. Welcome to Division I, sir.
No such thing as an easy ramp up to this level.
Coach Henderson starting the game sitting down. I don't think I saw him sit down the entire practice yesterday.
Yeah, he did get in the defensive
Just in
stance.
the stance.
The entire practice, he's in the defensive stance.
So he certainly brings the intensity. He will also bring a little higher pace of play to this Bulldogs team than McCollum, who is now at Iowa, of course, had a little different style, more deliberate, shall we say, a little more defensive-minded, and it worked to great effect last year as the freshman Peterson just misfires from deep. Here is Jay-Sean Thomas, the 6'3 senior. Jalen Quinn, also 6'3, originally from Illinois. 7 points per game last year for Loyola. There's Will Exact, nice body control inside for the 6'6 junior from Montreal.
He's the guy that they think is going to end up being the key this season. The way that Eric Henderson runs his offense, he likes to find mismatches, right? He wants to find ways to be able to get a guard being defended by a big guy or a big guy being guarded by a guard. And Will Exact is the player that can pull a big guy out away from the rim. And look at how he's built, man. Look, he hasn't missed bicep day ever, Matt.
Is that a running back?
I think so. Fullback. He's playing the point too.
Wait till you see him defensively too. He's going to hard hedge ball screens. And when he jumps out there and hard hedges those pick and rolls, that's a hard thing to do, is right on cue from the corner, misses the three, but the aggressiveness he'll play with on the defensive end of the floor is something to pay attention to.
What's interesting is the hard hedging, right? That's not really something that people do against ball screens anymore. It's drop coverage. That's what's in vogue. Tony Bennett was the guy that kind of really made hard hedging be a thing in college basketball for the last couple of years, right?
Artemi Osojnik missing the runner. That was Zach Davidson, the Montana transfer, unable to connect on the follow-up. Andrew Aliyah, one of the only returners on this Drake side, who's in the starting lineup today. Great story for him, former walk-on, now on scholarship under Eric Henderson. Here is Jalen Quinn for three, the lefty off the mark.
Here's the thing about Will Exact, too. You better put a body on him, because every single time shots go up, he is flying to the offensive glass.
Good rebounder last season from the guard position at Bowling Green, nearly 5 boards a game for the Falcons.
It's banged up all last season, too. No one at Bowling Green was able to stay healthy most of the year.
Need to shoot. Here is Aliyah. An offensive foul going against the redshirt junior.
We still got charges in college basketball? I thought they got rid of those.
Good help side defense.
Get the puppy set.
Good help side defense. Baseline drive, step up outside the lane. Make sure you get there, get your feet set, put your body in the play.
A little bit of a surprise here. Number 9, Walker Timmy coming in, a JUCO transfer. If that last name sounds familiar.
Timeout. Carl Poom is number 9.
Poom.
So, although Walker Timmy is on the roster, we were giving Rob a hard time yesterday with his roster sheets where about half the numbers for each team were just not quite right. In his defense, he does have 6 teams to prep for today, so we'll give you the pass.
I was just hoping to see Walker Timmy play, maybe.
I know. Walker's on the lineup, or he's on the roster, but banged up, not making the trip from Flagstaff up to Sioux Falls today. Walker, of course, Drew's younger brother.
A lot of famous brothers here on the Northern Arizona program. Zach Davidson is the younger brother of Nick Davidson, who was at Nevada last year and is now the starting power forward for Terrence Oglesby's Clemson Tigers.
Zach's younger brother Blake also on that Clemson team this season as a freshman. Zach, the last couple of seasons under Travis DeCure at Montana, just didn't get the playing time he was looking for. A big, talented player that Shane Burkhardt is going to run his offense through at times this season down on the post. See Shane now in year 7 in charge of Northern Arizona, a storied high school coach in that state. A state championship with Mesa, one of the biggest high schools in Arizona before making the transition to college. Here is Wilkins, exact for 3, off the mark.
You go back to last year with that Northern Arizona team, and I know we'll get into it a little bit here just in terms of some of the guys that they had and some of the guys that left the program. One of those guys is now playing at Notre Dame, second in the country last season in total rebounding, but Coach was positive about it. He was positive about his guy getting an opportunity to go to Notre Dame. That means him and his staff are doing their jobs, providing those opportunities for their players.
And he likes the balance that he has of this year's group, right? Like, it was a little bit top-heavy last year, which is, it's always great when you have the stars, but sometimes when you don't know where that offense is going to come from, you're a little bit more difficult to prepare for.
Carson Tout, by the way, the man you were talking about, who's now playing for the Fighting Irish. Almost 13 boards a night last year for this NAU side. Trent McLaughlin also graduating and moving on to pro ball overseas. Second leading scorer in the nation, 22 points per game for NAU. That's what the Jacks have to replace this year. Second chance opportunity cashed in by Davidson. A couple of buckets early for Zach Davidson.
Mater Dei product there, one of the best high school programs in Southern California.
This is Jason Thomas in the lane. Gets the friendly bounce.
Tough finish, man.
Just got a different burst. That step to get himself down in the paint. And the young players, when you see guards go down the lane and playing off 2 feet, the reason they're doing that is so they can absorb the contact. They get hit when they get in the lane. It keeps them on balance.
Here's Davidson going to work against the 7-footer Isaiah Carr. Good defense by the Denver transfer. Bulldogs with the early 2-point advantage. This is Quinn. Carr, the skip pass, exact. Took the bump from Poom. Now Thomas spinning. Wilkins, exact, guilty of the foul on the loose ball. 5.5 gone here in Sioux Falls in game number 2 of our triple header in the Field of 68 opening day showcase. Drake and Northern Arizona when we come back.
Northern Arizona University in Flagstaff, Arizona. The best college town in Arizona that has 4 seasons, pine trees, and a magnificent mountain view. Explore breathtaking trails, immerse yourself in a vibrant arts and culture scene, and connect with a community that's as dynamic as you are. Come visit the heart of Northern Arizona and experience the bold spirit of NAU, where adventure meets the extraordinary. That's NAU.
As you know by now, we have teamed up with BetMGM again this season. We'll be using BetMGM lines to make all of our picks, and we will have special offers for Field of 68 fans, including same-game parlays, best-in-class live betting, and daily odds boost. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD to get up to a $1,500 first bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM. Here's how it works. You download the BetMGM app, you sign up using bonus code FIELD, you deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game, and you receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets if your bet loses. Just make sure you use that bonus code FIELD when you sign up. Make this college basketball season one for the history books. Make $1,500 first bet offer today.
Now, one of the great things about a basketball game at the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls is there's a fantastic restaurant just right across the street. This is the Blue Rock Bar and Grill. And as you see behind us, look how they treat us here. It's process Ralph Sir. Get his napkin ready.
He's put his bib on.
I'm ready. We've got quite the spread here at the U16. It wouldn't be the Field of 68 opening day showcase if we didn't get fed courtside, Rob.
Yeah, and we got walleye fingers here. Last year we got Chislick, and Goodman wanted to feed it to Will Wade. We want to eat the food. We want to give it to us.
Well, Will Wade's coaching a game, too.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
that's
is.
the man coach. He's not worried about food. He had his pregame meal.
Can we also talk about the Pentagon punches that we have here? I'm going to give this thing a taste. I don't know.
We're drifting dangerously into some territory that I don't know if we want to go in. But this looks fantastic. Thank you guys so much. Again, this is all just across the street when you take a game in. I suppose we should probably attempt to eat some of this.
Yeah, right?
We've got
I'm going to go with the
man.
steak poke bowl here.
Do you want a burger, Matt? I'll just set that in front of you.
Are you going to eat a burger while we're calling this game? Bring it down for me, man. What's happening right now? Somebody made a shot.
We got a tray in the corner.
Frederico knocks
Somebody
it
made a
down
shot.
from the corner.
Federico Oku, who's the freshman from Finland. Again, shout out to the Blue Rock for taking care of us here all weekend long. Oh. I'm going to say during the next timeout, that'll be a chance maybe to dig in here.
Yeah, right?
9-4 our score.
I will tell you that the steak poke bowl's got a little bit of spice, so if you're trying to talk into a microphone, maybe don't eat the spicy thing right away. Just a warning, just a heads up.
Oku from the same spot where he hit a triple from a moment ago. Stepping out this time. Shane Burkhardt making sure the officials saw where that foot was from the 6'9 sophomore. That's a great look on the overhead.
What do you think of the pink shoes, McCall?
I think we're bringing awareness. Is it Breast Cancer Awareness Month? I'm not sure if it is, or if it's not. If I can understand it, if that is the case. If it's not, interesting shoe color.
Typically, that is observed in October, so the calendar just flipped beyond it, but the spirit's certainly still there. 9-4 our score in this basketball game as Osoynik cannot hit the floater.
Northern Arizona is really struggling to get some good shots here, struggling to run offense against the ball pressure that you see from these Drake guards. I mean, Jalen Quinn and Jayshon Thomas, we talked about them offensively, Matt, but they get after you defensively.
Right on cue, that is Trayvon Jackson. Played last season at Grand Canyon, committing the personal line, Braden Applehans.
And if you look at Jackson on that pick and roll there too, Northern Arizona, they're going to hard hedge as well. And you jump out there on those guards. Drake's guards are going to have to stay poised when they come off ball screens, not try to attack the hedge. Northern Arizona, when you commit to that style, you can pick up some fouls.
Here's Applehans, a true shooter from deep.
That's what he's there to do, man. That is what he's there to do. He's a shooter. He knows he's a shooter. He buys into the idea that he's a shooter, and he's got a quick release. We've seen a couple lefties here. Braden Applehans, Mason Miller, guys that get really quick.
44% from three.
Is that good, Coach?
Man.
Applehans coming over after 3 seasons at New Mexico, looking for a bigger role this year in Des Moines. Oku Federico this time fouled on his way up.
I think that's a good point too, Alex, when you think about going into the transfer portal. You want to take guys that have been from winning programs. Bonds at New Mexico, I mean, they went to the NCAA tournament, won a game in the NCAA tournament. Richard Pitino then moves on to Xavier. A few of those players jumped into the portal and taking winners, guys that have been a part of it. Your first-year head coach taking over a program, want to bring those guys in there, that winning mentality.
Oku Federico, not one of those transfers, although, again, in some sense, he came from South Carolina but didn't play there for the Gamecocks. He arrived from Helsinki at semester time. Chance for a fresh start for him.
He's a guy they're really excited about long term. Like the potential is there because of the way that he could shoot it. You see the size, 6'9", 7'3" wingspan. It's taken him a little while to get used to playing basketball. This is his first Division I game in a long time, or the first competitive basketball game in a long time. And that right there is a perfect example. He loses track of where he is on the sideline. A quick step right there. He just isn't quite in rhythm yet.
Yeah, the ceiling, though, very high for number 8 in white and blue. As we step away, Drake with a 6-point advantage. Under 12 to play in the first.
Would you be surprised to find out that the Field of 68 is home to more than 35 podcasts? More than 25 team-specific podcasts that are hosted by the people that know what fans want the most. The Goodman and Humble podcast, the DTF podcast, the A10 Insider podcast, and the Mountain West podcast. But wait, there's even more. The Field of 68 will be launching the ACC Insider podcast this year. Subscribe to this channel and come along for the ride.
You are beautifully unique, unapologetically academic. You're not afraid to color outside the lines, and neither are we. Imagine yourself here in modern labs designed for 21st century students. Drake is a university with a vibrant capital city right next door, where you get a degree that gets employers' attention. This is Drake University, where you will stand out from day one. Learn more at drake.edu.
As one of the nation's strongest financial organizations, First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card have the strength to do good. We support nearly 700 organizations and nonprofits. Our employees give more than 30,000 volunteer hours annually. And we are continually seeking ways to make South Dakota an even better place to live. It's the Premier way. First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card.
Eric Henderson making the transition from South Dakota State to Drake in the offseason. 6 years as the head coach of the Jackrabbits, a ton of success. Certainly in the Summer League, 2 NCAA tournament appearances, 4 regular season championships. He and the Jacks are pretty good in this building, 9-4 in his time at SDSU inside the Pentagon. He was able to bring over just one of his Jackrabbits from Brookings to Des Moines in the offseason, and that young man is sitting right next to us. It's sophomore point guard Owen Larson. Owen, thanks for taking some time, buddy, in the middle of your team's first game of the season.
Yeah, appreciate you for having me.
Obviously, the reason why you're sitting with us and not on the floor is because you had a major knee injury right at the end of last season. Recovery, though, it sounds like it's going really well.
Yeah, I'm a little over 7 months out, 7.5 months, so it's finally starting to get back to the point where it feels good, and I'm just excited, ready to get out there.
We're sitting here, we're watching another freshman point guard playing over here, Brendan Peterson. Are you a little bit jealous seeing his hair, seeing the locks flowing in?
A little bit. I just got rid of my hair, so, I kind of miss it already. But, yeah, he's got a good head of hair on him.
We were able to watch you guys practice yesterday, and with how intense Hendo is, take me through kind of the decision-making process for following him and going with him to Drake.
Yeah, obviously he brings a lot of energy, a lot of positiveness, and it's just something that I wanted to stay a part of. I didn't want to leave him. And then obviously once I heard he made the transition, I always had it in the back of my head that I wanted to follow him, and that's what I decided to do.
What have you seen in terms of similarities and changes from Hendo coaching the Jacks to what you've seen with the Bulldogs so far?
Yeah, it's a lot of the same stuff. We haven't changed a whole lot. Hendo's still the same person. The coaching staff is pretty the same. I think just his main focus still is to be the more physical team, own the paint, rebound, 50-50s, all that thing, which is a pride thing that we take pride in doing. And I think that's the main similarity. Differences, I don't know if we got a whole lot of differences. It's pretty similar stuff. So
one of the coolest stories here for your basketball program this year is Andrew Aaliyah, who you see here, 21, on the free throw line, a guy that was a walk-on for 3 years with the Drake program, sticks around through the coaching change, and now has got a chance to start in the first game of this season. What does he bring? What kind of value does he provide this team?
He brings a lot. He's a great guy. He's a competitor. If there's one word to describe him, he's a competitor. He wants to win. He goes out there. He makes winning plays. He does the little things great. He rebounds. He gets 50-50 balls. He does all that. He's just a winner. If there's one thing to describe him, I'd say he's a winner.
I know you were a winner as well. I think that's something that you pride yourself in. Your team had great success last year. We were talking about a freshman point guard on the floor and Brendan Peterson. You were that last year, playing your first game in this showcase.
Yep.
What do you think gave you the opportunity to have success as a true freshman point guard in the Summer League?
I think a lot of the things that I just described with Drew, I take pride in winning. My ultimate goal is to impact winning at a high level. Whether it doesn't always have to be making shots. It can be getting others involved, bringing energy, toughness. just things like that. I think that's Hendo's main thing, and the rest of the coaching staff is just they want winners, guys who want to go out there and win, and I think that's a thing that I do at a high level.
13-10, by the way, our score right now. Drake up by 3. A moment ago, that was Ryan Abelman cashing in on the and one. Just a little review to make sure possession's going to stay with the right team. And Owen Larson, sophomore point guard for Drake, joining us here courtside.
Yeah, I think the last time that we saw you here, Owen, you were making a shot to beat McNeese State. Well, not to beat him, but it was the dagger towards the end of a game. What is it like playing in this event, playing in this building at the start of the season?
Yeah, it's a great atmosphere. Great way to kick off the season. You guys do a great job. And obviously, I have a good memory in this place. That was my only time ever playing here, and it was a lot of fun being back here for sure.
With that said, how tough is it to be watching this game today?
It's definitely a lot tougher than playing. You know, I almost get more stressed out watching than I do playing, so to say. But I'm just happy to cheer on my teammates. You know, whether it's helping them or just being positive towards them, and just, you know, hopefully we get to come out with a win tonight.
We got a 5-point lead right now. Nice ball movement here. This is Carr inside the skip. Second pass to Applehans. Another tray. Second in the first half from Braden Applehans.
Oh, and he doesn't miss, does he?
Kid can shoot the ball, that's for sure. I wouldn't want to leave him open again.
You know what I find really interesting is you see how quickly that ball moved, right? It was zipping around, paint touch, swing, wide open three. That looks like a team that's been together for a lot more than, 5 months, 6 months for you guys?
The coaches do a great job of stressing ball movement and making sure we don't stick it. I think we're at our best when we do not stick it. You know, when we get it moving from side to side, we're really hard to guard.
Who's stood out, right? We know we talked a little bit at the open about Jay-Sean Thomas. We've seen Jalen Quinn, the way that he can guard. You know, Will Exact, the ability he had to create mismatches. Who's kind of stood out for you? Who should Drake fans be excited about right now?
I think Oku Frederico is one that Drake's fans should definitely be excited about. He's so versatile for being 6'10". You know, can shoot the three, can go to back down, can bring it up the floor if you need it, can guard 1 through 5, honestly, if you need him to. Just very versatile. And then obviously Drew, you know, you talked about the other guys. Everyone on the floor is capable of, you know, doing great things. But as you said before, Drew's someone, you know, he's going to bring energy plays. He's going to bring toughness. I think he'll be more of a fan favorite as well.
8-point ball game, 9:15 to go in the first. Drake opening up this 8-point cushion. There was Peterson, that freshman point guard, trying to create some space. Open look for Abelman. Good rebound from Tavar Jackson.
Oh, and you are an Iowa native, right?
Yep.
Estherville, Iowa.
Yep.
How far is that from Des Moines, and how much did you know about this Drake program when you were in high school? Did you get recruited by them at all the first time around?
Well, the thing was that I committed so fast to play for Coach Hendo. You know, I committed right after my sophomore year at AU, so it was very early, so I kind of shut down a whole lot of other schools. So I didn't really get recruited by Drake a whole lot. Mainly was just committed to play for Hendo, but from my hometown, it's about 3 hours to Des Moines, so it's nothing too bad.
How far is it to here?
To here, it's about an hour 40, hour 45. It's not bad at all. I know last year I had a lot of family and friends from my hometown come down. It was good.
And what's been the best part about moving to Des Moines? Best part about that city?
It's like you get the city feel, but you also get a little small town feel with just the Drake campus. So it just reminds me a little bit of my hometown. You know, very supportive. It's a city, but it's nothing too crazy. So it gives me it's a lot of good vibes.
What is the Des Moines equivalent to Nick's Burgers in Brookings? Have you found a place that serves tiny burgers that are delicious?
There's a place called the Shelley's. I've only been there once. It was pretty good. I don't know. They definitely got a lot more fast food chains and stuff like that. So I've been eating at those probably more than I should have.
you were
So
telling us.
that's why you said that when you started to run, you lost about 3 pounds first time. You had to do a little conditioning, huh?
Exactly. When I coming off injury, you know, you lose a lot of muscle in your leg and your body, and I just wasn't, you know, probably eating as much as I should have after the first couple of days, so I was down a lot, and then I gained it back, and you know, now that I'm running a lot, it's just easy to lose weight.
Take me through that process of rehabbing, right? I don't think people realize what you go through after you have that surgery and how you have to. I mean, you got to get your injured leg back to the same level of strength that your other leg was.
Yeah, so they've been killing me as far as rehab goes. It's been good, don't get me wrong, but I've learned so much more about my body and just, you know, how things are in general. I'm having rehab, you know, once every day, twice, sometimes if we're on the court, whether it's with my physical trainer or just the athletic trainer that we have. So it's been good. It's helped me grow as a person for sure, and it's very hard.
Is there anything that you feel you can take away from this? Are there any silver linings? Like you get a different view of the game when you're sitting on the sideline?
For sure. I've never had a serious injury in my life, so having this serious injury definitely gave me a different perspective on things, I'm a lot grateful for the things I have. My little knee injury isn't nearly as big as other people's issues that they have in life, So I'm very grateful for the opportunity I have to play basketball and just, be able to walk and do things like that. So it's definitely helped me look at things from a different perspective.
Yeah, that's great perspective, Owen. Give us a chance to, what's your sense of when you might get to see the floor?
I'm hoping a little around mid-December. I know we play North Dakota State, I think December 13th, which I'm hoping to get back for that. That'll be about 9 months and 1 day post-surgery. Apparently the risk rate of re-injuring it just drops a lot right after 9 months. So I'm hoping to be back by then. Who knows? It could be sooner. It could be later.
8 months, 29 days, you can't do it. But as soon as you get to that 9th month, huh?
I guess.
What do you think is going to be the most difficult part about getting back?
Honestly, I think it'll be probably conditioning. Once if I get tired, my mechanics might not be as well. So and then I'm more injury prone. Another thing is just getting my feel back for the game. I did some live stuff last week for the first time, and definitely my feel probably wasn't as good just sitting out for 8 months. But that'll happen. So really just getting my feel back to start. But I think it'll come pretty soon.
With a Goodberry here, the Sioux Falls kid with the rebounds.
Yep.
Federico inside. Aaliyah, another opportunity. The Bulldogs aggressive on the boards. We'll have the basketball when we come back. We really appreciate your time,
Appreciate you guys.
Congrats
Thank you.
again on the near comeback. Good luck this season in Drake.
Appreciate it.
Owen Larson. We're going to step away and come back with more first half action between Drake and Northern Arizona, healed on the field of 68 opening day showcase.
What does primary care mean to us? At Sanford Health, it means being there when and where you need it most. It means building a relationship, because when a provider really knows you, they can deliver the best care for every aspect of your health and your life. So what does primary care mean for you? It means understanding your health for today and for where you're headed next. It means a lifetime of care for a lifetime of you.
If you have a question, I'll take the time.
I love being a pharmacist at Lewis Drug because I love helping people.
If you have a question, any question, I'll take the time to answer it.
If you have a question, any question, I'll take the time to answer it.
I'm Mark Griffin, president of Lewis Drug. For 81 years, Lewis Drug has been helping families stay healthy and enjoy life. If you ever to Lewis Drug.
There is no sport in America that is more difficult to follow than college basketball. It can be overwhelming. That's where the Field of 68 Daily comes into play. The Daily is your go-to source for injury updates, recruiting news, and transfer portal additions that actually matter. For just $50 a year, get access to the same information that your favorite team's coaching staff is subscribed for. Quality content can be hard to find in the college basketball space. The Daily is here to help you with that.
Midway through the first half, 7:16 to go in the opening stanza. It is Northern Arizona and Drake, game number 2 of 3 from Sioux Falls. The Bulldogs with a 7-point advantage defensively as we welcome Matt McCall back over after you enjoyed a Blue Rock burger and some other things.
Thanks for the break, boys.
You picked a good time. The food was so hot.
I mean, I tried all the stuff over there. I'm feeling great now.
What about the Pentagon Punch?
I did not. No, I didn't need to start slurring my words here while we're trying to still got, basically two more games to go.
Matt is exponentially more professional than the man sitting to my right. And you're trying to get something going offensively. Just 4 of 27 from the floor in this first half. 1 from 7 from deep. Had some success getting to the free throw line as Abelman knocks down another triple. Second tray of this first half for Ryan Abelman. He's got 9 now to lead the way and get Drake that lead down to 4.
And that's a great after timeout play there. That's a set play. Enter the ball into the post, set a couple rip screens away to allow him to get to that 3-point shot.
Jay-Sean Thomas able to contort and finish on the fadeaway.
He's made a couple of those, man, where he just bounces off the contact. He's able to create a little bit of space and soft touch and that little mid-range jumper.
Tough break. The roll does not fall for Davidson, who's had a good first half. Zach with 6 points for NAU to go along with 4 rebounds. Thomas at the other ends. Davidson the rebounds. Claiming he got bumped, but possession will stay with the Bulldogs.
Coach Henderson yesterday in practice kept talking about number 5 on Northern Arizona. Number 5 will be flying to the offensive glass. We have to block out number 5.
He is an animal on the glass, was Hendo's
I think
exact
that was when
quote.
he was in his defensive stance, too. I'm pretty sure.
It was fascinating to watch practice because, again, Eric brought over the majority of his staff from South Dakota State. Moore and Niles came over from Omaha, with 1 or 2 exceptions, of course. But you see the continuity and the comfort, and the staff is used to how he is. But him just going into the huddles as they're talking to the guys and just barking out a couple of things and then walking away. It was just fantastic. Woo! That is Carl Poom.
Don't call him Walker Timmy.
No, do not. Young man from Estonia, able to light up the tray. He only took 6 threes all season last year while at San Francisco. Didn't play much for the Dons. They're expecting him to contribute this season down in Flagstaff. He's got his team back within 3, 21-18. Good defense by Osoynik to head off Thomas. Applehans gets his own miss inside. Thomas for 3.
That was a good defensive possession right there from Northern Arizona. If they could find a way to start getting a couple of these shots, they get to go down. Hard to win games shooting 20% from the floor.
Shane Burkhart's team typically good on the defensive end. They were upper half of the Big Sky last year in points allowed. Obviously lots of new personnel, but the scheme the same as Peterson cannot connect from deep. Griffin Goodberry, the reigning South Dakota Player of the Year from Sioux Falls Christian High School, just across town, able to grab the rebound and is fouled in the act.
Tell you what, Goodberry has had a couple rebounds in this first half where he just is elevated above everybody and went and got the basketball.
Goodberry's 6'10", can really shoot it as well. We saw that in practice yesterday. Not afraid to step back and fire. The number 1 recruit out of the Rushmore States. Originally had committed to South Dakota State and then made the transition to Des Moines when Eric Henderson took the place of Ben McCollum this past March.
He's a guy that's got a chance, man, because of his size, because of his ability to shoot, because of his just physicality. You know, freshmen that are 6'10", 225 that make threes, those guys don't grow on trees.
Federico trying to go to work, fouls by Poom.
Rob, I agree with you too, just in terms of Federico. I mean, what a difficult situation to walk into. You start your collegiate career midway through the season, you join a program. This is really his first time he's had any kind of rhythm being a part of a college basketball team. His best basketball, no question about it, is in front of him. He's going to be a terrific player for these Drake Bulldogs.
Tend to shoot. Thomas out of the trap. Quinn. Applehans. The former New Mexico Lobo spinning. Good defense by Isaiah Shaw. Isaiah Carr got the rebound but could not connect.
We got an Isaiah Shaw and an Isaiah Carr, and they're the same number on opposite teams. There's no chance I'm going to be able to keep that straight for this entire game.
Especially not after you finish that Pentagon punch. As Poom goes up and is fouled on the way. 3:48 to go in the opening half. A good one brewing here in Sioux Falls. Drake with a 3-point edge over the Lumberjacks of Northern Arizona. Carl Poom headed to the free throw line when we come back.
We all know the Players Era Festival has become the best field in all of college basketball. And you have the opportunity to win a VIP trip to the Players Era Festival in Las Vegas, thanks to our partners over at BetMGM. Here's how it works. Opt into the contest and start placing bets on any sport of at least $10 with plus 100 odds or greater. When you do that, you earn leaderboard points based on the bet's odds and the amount that you wager. The more you bet, the higher the odds, the more points that you earn. The top players in that contest are going to win a prize package that includes tickets to the games, withdrawable funds for travel, a 4-night stay at the luxurious Mandalay Bay here in Las Vegas, and more. For the full list of prizes, look in the description below. Make the tournament legendary with BetMGM. Vegas is calling. You gonna answer?
At NCAA Championships, noise is made here. Memories are made here. Champions win here. The only thing missing here is you. The NCAA Division II Women's Volleyball Championship coming to Sioux Falls, South Dakota this December. Get your seats at ncaa.com/tickets.
Tail end of the first here in Sioux Falls. Drake, the reigning Missouri Valley Conference champions. 3 consecutive trips to the NCAA tournament, 4 in the last 5 years for the Bulldogs, with a 3-point edge over a Northern Arizona team that made a little noise last year in the Big Sky tournament. They reached the championship game a couple of years ago under Shane Burkar. A bit disrespected, perhaps, in the preseason poll. Picked to finish at the bottom of the Big Sky. It's nearly a completely new roster, although there are a couple of holdovers. Ryan Abelman, Diego Camposano, 2 guys they're going to count on this year. Oakland Fort off the bench as well. They've held their own against this new-look Drake team so far in the opening 16 minutes.
But they don't look like a team that is the worst team or the 10th team in the Big Sky Conference. They're shooting like it a little bit.
That's what's impressive. They've been able to overcome 6 from 32 from the floor, 3 of 10 from behind the arc.
That's really been the offensive rebounding. I mean, they've got 7 second-chance points earlier in this game, 9 offensive rebounds. That was a focus in practice yesterday for Drake.
Appelhans, this one off the mark.
Matt, they've had a lot of opportunities to get offensive rebounds.
That's a good point. That is a valid point.
Davidson posting up down low. Nice spin. Back to the right hands. Zach Davidson with 8.
Got a ball game, boys.
Davidson and Abelman, the only 2 who have scored so far for Northern Arizona. Carl Puma has a couple of free throws as well, but the only ones from the floor that have connected. Tie ball game now, and Drake turning it over, giving NAU a chance for their first lead of the afternoon.
A little high-low action.
He threw that pass a little bit quicker than I think Coach Burkhardt wanted him to throw it.
Thomas. Nice finish off the window.
It always happens, right? Bad turnover leads to a layup at the other end.
Layup at the other end. Tell you what, in terms of Thomas's ability to just get in the lane. It's a terrific one-on-one move there with a difficult finish.
Abelman at the other ends. He is a pure shooter when he gets going. Just under 40% from 3 last season. Ryan Abelman in double figures. First lead of the day for the Lumberjacks.
Product of Bishop Gorman High School in Las Vegas.
Thomas,
man.
Nice answer right back for Jay Sean.
On Abelman, they're really excited about him because of what he represents. He's been there for 4 years now. He feels like
he's
has
not
ownership.
the norm in college basketball. That's not the norm.
He has ownership over the program, and he's a guy that they believe. That's a great backdoor right there. Isaiah Shaw, little lefty finish. That's a beautiful pass.
NAU's offense starting to come to life as Quinn gets loose on the baseline. Foul though before the shots against the freshman Peterson.
But to your point, Rob, taking ownership in the program. I mean, this is a team that's coming off 18 wins. This is a team that had the nation's 2nd leading scorer, the nation's leading rebounder. So there were eyes on this team. I'm sure there was somebody telling Abelman to go into the transfer portal, and his loyalty to the program. That's not the norm in college basketball. And credit that young man for being loyal to his school.
He's been at Flagstaff for 4 years now, working on his master's degree. He's got his team level with the Bulldogs.
I believe he's going to be a mechanical engineer.
Yes, how about that? He was the male scholar athlete of the year last year at Northern Arizona. That's for every program that the Lumberjacks offer. Smart kid, great leader. This team has followed his footsteps so far with 90 seconds left in this first half.
I don't think I was capable of becoming a mechanical engineer. I think that's why I stuck to hoops. I'm just not sure if that was going to be in the cards for me coming out of the University of Florida.
You know, props to you for recognizing that, Matt. Here is Oakland Fort, the senior in the corner. The Phoenix kid finding Shaw. Offensive foul here.
Form tackle from Isaiah Shaw. Might have been targeting if we were in the other college sport. Boom. Laid him out.
Jalen Quinn standing his ground and drawing the foul.
Number 3, Trayvon Jackson.
Trayvon Jackson back on. 6'7" grad student, really bouncy on the floor for Shane Burkhardt. Started this game.
How tall is he?
You know, he listed at 6'7". I believe the phrase from Shane Burkhardt was, he's probably the shortest 5-man in the country. Maybe a generous 6'7". That's Thomas again, now into double figures. (28-26). Drake back up by 2. Bulldogs in a battle here with the Lumberjacks from the Big Sky. Davidson from the free throw line. The big man showing the touch. He's got 10 now to go along with 6 boards.
But you can see with how Drake is playing, they're okay with that shot being taken. They're okay. Their bigs are going to back up all the way into the lane on that high-low action. They're going to back up into the lane and almost dare Northern Arizona to take that shot.
After all of that, all of those struggles, all of those offensive issues, Northern Arizona has the ball right now with a chance to be able to go into halftime with the lead. I think it says a lot about the fight and the grit and the determination of this team. And, you know, Shane Burkhardt, when we were talking with him yesterday, did not seem like a guy that was coaching a team that he thought was going to be the last place team of the Big Sky. He was confident, quietly confident, I would say, about what they could end up being. He felt really good about where they were. He kept saying the next step for us is to be able to get to a championship with Big Sky, to be able to win the league, to be able to compete for a spot in the NCAA tournament. And you don't hear that from coaches that don't believe they have a team that is good enough to do it.
Well, I thought it was really interesting, some of the things he was saying, too, about the 2 players that he had, what they were doing last season. Second in the nation in scoring, first in the nation in rebounding. That helps in recruiting. When if you're a high school player and you see, or you're in the transfer portal and you see, hey, look, this guy went here and did that, there's no question about it. He's got this program trending in the right direction.
Let's see what he's drawn up out of this timeout. Shot clock turned off. Here is Abelman. 5 to play in the first. Ryan Abelman knocks down the triple as time expires, and Northern Arizona will take a 31-28 lead into the break.
Coach is fired up too. Turned around, looked at the crowd, gave out a let's go. Big time shot to close this half out.
15 first half points from Ryan Abelman, the guy that he said was going to be their, played the most minutes for him, their most important player.
They are going to check to see if it was a 3. If it was, it's the 5th of Abelman's half. We're going to step away. 31-28 our score. Lumberjacks up by 3.
As you know by now, we have teamed up with BetMGM again this season. We'll be using BetMGM lines to make all of our picks, and we will have special offers for Field of 68 fans, including same-game parlays, best-in-class live betting, and daily odds boost. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD to get up to a $1,500 first bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM. Here's how it works. You download the BetMGM app, you sign up using bonus code FIELD, you deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game, and you receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets if your bet loses. Just make sure you use that bonus code FIELD when you sign up. Make this College basketball season 1 for the history books. Make $1,500 first bet offer today.
We are back here at the Sanford Pentagon. We are now joined by Dan Bisacchio. Did I get that right?
You got it right. You got it right.
Sioux Falls Skyforce. You play your home games here in this building, correct?
Yep.
What is it like when this place gets full, man?
Oh, well, I think that's one of the best parts about playing here at the Pentagon, especially here in Sioux Falls, for the Skyforce, is that they pack the house. They really come in and they bring the energy right from the beginning. And let me tell you, they're going to let you have it, if you're an opposing team. Us as well if we don't box out. They're very big. You got to box out and you got to rebound when you come here. So that's something we always appreciate, and that's something I know the players when they come here appreciate.
Coach, I forgot you guys were here, but yesterday I was walking around the building trying to get to practice, and all of a sudden I see Vlad Golden outside. Vlad, great career at Michigan last year, terrific, put FAU on the map, helping lead them to that Final Four. How do you see him fitting in with what you're trying to do here with the team?
So Vlad's unique. This is his first time here in Sioux Falls, first couple of days. He's our two-way. So with Miami, he was there for the last couple of weeks. He's now going to be with us for a couple of games. This is an amazing opportunity for him to take kind of what he's been learning and he's been growing with Miami and now showcase it out here on the court. So our job for him is to, the biggest thing is to focus on winning. Can you make a winning impact while you're here? Yes, we're going to be about your development, but can we also help you and you help us by winning these games?
How do you balance coaching at a place where the goal is more getting guys ready for the next level versus necessarily just winning every game that you're playing? And it's got to be a little bit of a different vibe from what you're used to.
There's a balance. Like you said, it's the developmental league still. I know it's the G League, but it's still about the development first. And I think the biggest thing we can instill on these guys is that you got to play winning basketball, okay? Winning basketball as a team and then winning basketball as an individual, okay? Yes, we want to make sure that we help every single player make it to the NBA. That's our dream. We're dream makers here. We always want to help them do that. But if they can focus on winning basketball, I'm telling you, playing the right way, it's going to come out where it makes the player look good and it also makes the team look good. And that's the best way to kind of blend that stuff for these guys.
Coach, your journey, you started in the film room much like the head coach of the Miami Heat did way back in the day. How did you get to this position where you're the head coach of this program?
Through a lot of mentors and a lot of people that helped me along the way. Obviously, Coach Spo being number one, Coach Riley, the Harrison family, but also a lot of the video guys before me, Eric Glass, Dan Craig, they really kind of showed the way. They mentored me as we went along. I say it always, being in the video room is a blessing and a curse, okay? you work from the best video guy there's ever been, so the expectations are real, but you benefit on the way out, and I always say that's the best job I've ever had.
What do you learn from Coach Spo? What do you take away in your career?
That he's always growing, always learning, never satisfying with where we are. Okay, this guy has been, obviously, I've been here since 2014, and every single year he has something new that he's challenging us to do. You're going to keep the same standards, the same things that you emphasize, the core principles of what make the Miami Heat so great, but you're always going to be looking to adjust. How can you continue to work with these players and this new crop, of players that come in every single year? How can you continue to touch them, to learn and grow with them? And I think he's the best in the business at that.
What's the balance just in terms of, listen, you're the head coach. You're running this team here. Do you get to kind of put your own spin on things just in terms of what you're running on offense, how you're guarding pick and rolls, after timeout sets? Do you got to throw some of your own flavor in there?
Well, I'll say this first and foremost. I know Miami's 2,000, 3,000 miles away, but the front office and the organization themselves, they're very connected. They do such a great job of being connected here. Now, with that being said, no, we certainly can do certain stuff that we want to do to help these players. Like we said, we want to make them look great. We want to help them get to their strengths. We try and keep a lot of the same core stuff that we're emphasizing with Miami, playing fast, moving the ball. Defensively, we have a lot of the same core principles because whoever comes down here, we want to make sure that it's not just night and day difference where a guy like Vlad Golden comes in and now he's got to learn an entire new system, overnight. So there's some same stuff, but certainly, Coach Spo isn't calling me every day telling me I got to change something.
You keep saying come down here. What are we, 3,000 miles away from Miami right now?
I think it's
Miami?
up. I think we got to go up.
Geographically,
We got to go north to get here.
Fair point.
How does Miami end up having Sioux Falls be the G League
That's a great
affiliation with them?
Well, it's a great question.
Couldn't it be like something a little closer? Like maybe the Jupiter Sky Force?
I'll say this. We wouldn't change a thing. They've been up here for so many years, 30-plus years. The Heineman family purchased them years ago, and we're so blessed that they still are part of this organization. Mike Heineman, the president, he does such a great job of running this place. Yes, of course, we'd love it. My wife is still in Miami. She would love it if I was a little closer to Miami, but we're so thankful to be up here. The fan base, the ownership, and the heat, the connection is still real. So when I say down, up, whatever, I just ended up talking to some of the coaches this morning, just checking in with how they're doing and everything in LA. They got a tough back-to-back. So that connection is real, and the culture up here is also real. And that's something I think people who come from Miami to work here or play here truly appreciate.
Mm-hmm. Well, listen, man, we appreciate you joining us here. We appreciate you inviting us to your home arena.
Do you have a go-to spot to eat?
I got plenty.
You do?
I got plenty.
Do you got any recommendations for after the game?
I got 3 right now. I got Mackenzie River, great pizza, great vibes, great energy. Okay. Ironwood. I just had some steak there the other night, right next to the falls. Okay, and then Minerva. You want a nice Italian spot, really good environment, get thrown into that mix.
Food in Sioux
Yeah,
Falls.
I'm telling you.
We went there last year.
Yes.
The night before this event.
What do you
think?
Go.
Oh yeah.
The man knows Sioux
All
Falls.
4 of those are great.
The man knows Sioux Falls.
Dan, it was great to see you, man. Appreciate you being here. We'll be back more with the Field of 68 Opening Day Showcase, Drake, Northern Arizona. We got a 3-point lead for Northern Arizona here. It's been an interesting game, a fun game, a defensive battle. We'll be more with that second half coming up next.
You are beautifully unique, unapologetically academic. You're not afraid to color outside the lines, and neither are we. Imagine yourself here in modern labs designed for 21st century students. Drake is a university with a vibrant capital city right next door, where you get a degree that gets employers' attention. This is Drake University, where you will stand out from day one. Learn more at drake.edu.
Northern Arizona University in Flagstaff, Arizona. The best college town in Arizona that has 4 seasons, pine trees, and a magnificent mountain view. Explore breathtaking trails, immerse yourself in a vibrant arts and culture scene, and connect with a community that's as dynamic as you are. Come visit the heart of Northern Arizona and experience the bold spirit of NAU, where adventure meets the extraordinary. That's NAU.
There is no sport in America that is more difficult to follow than college basketball. It can be overwhelming. That's where the Field of 68 Daily comes into play. The Daily is your go-to source for injury updates, recruiting news, and transfer portal additions that actually matter. For just $50 a year, get access to the same information that your favorite team's coaching staff is subscribed for. Quality content can be hard to find in the college basketball space. The Daily is here to help you with that. Do you need your fix of college basketball analysis at the end of every night during the season? If you crave instant reactions and informed breakdowns, make sure you tune into the Field of 68 After Dark every night with access to the biggest stars in the sport and a cast of characters that includes the likes of Tyler Hansborough, Randolph Childress, John Fanta, John Henson, Terrence Oglesby, Jarrell McNeil, and many, many more. The Field of 68 After Dark is where college basketball happens.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long distance love. For the farsighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends Coca-Cola. For everyone.
Halftime continues here from the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls, Northern Arizona with a 3-point advantage over Drake after 20 minutes here at the Field of 68 opening day showcase. Perhaps a bit of a surprising score, Rob Doster, if you were just tuning in.
Yeah, it was. I think we got what we thought we were going to get for about the first 17 minutes of that half, but we were making jokes. Northern Arizona was 6 for 32 from the floor at one point. They finished 11 for 37. They made their last 5 shots of that first half and were able to turn what looked like a game where Drake kind of had a little bit of control of it into one where they're heading into the break with a lead and feeling good about themselves.
The Bulldogs led by as many as 9 in that opening frame, but like you said, an impressive run down the stretch. Shots started to fall. NAU has not gotten a lot of production from different players, but Ryan Abelman, 15 points in the first half, Zach Davidson, 10. They pounded it inside, and they really ramped up their defensive intensity as the first half went along.
Yeah, and it wasn't just that. It was the ability to get to the offensive glass and get second chance opportunities. They kept it alive. They're playing hard. They don't look like a team. They don't believe that they are a team that should be picked last in the Big Sky. And I want to keep going back to that because that is something where, we talked with Shane Burkhart yesterday, and he was like, I'm not going to emphasize that, but I want them to know this is what people think of you, right? This is what the projection was for you. So it's interesting to see them kind of come out the way that they played in this first half. Made a run late, man. Made the last 5 shots, man.
Yeah, and if you really think about it for Drake, it's really only been Thomas that's keeping them in this game. I think it was 11 points in the first half. Avalons did knock down a couple triples, but they've got to find a way to get somebody else going offensively if they're going to want to find a way to win this basketball game.
The Bulldogs with a lot of guys capable of filling it up, but yes, Jayshon Thomas, the only player in double figures, nobody else with more than 6. Good battle here between these two. Big Sky versus Missouri Valley, this time going the way of the team from the Southwest, but still 20 minutes more of basketball to come in game number 2 at the Field of 68 opening day showcase. We'll have the start of the second half coming your way from Sioux Falls right after this.
At Vern ID Mitsubishi, we're not like other dealerships. We're employee-owned. Our goal, to set you up for success, making you a customer for life, not just a day. Come see our great selection of Mitsubishis, including PHEVs, Outlanders, and Eclipse Crosses. Have a question? Just ask. We'd be glad to help. And don't forget, you can check us out 24/7 at VernIDMitsubishi.com. Vern ID Mitsubishi, thank you for being part of our story since 1965.
As you know by now, we have teamed up with BetMGM again this season. We'll be using BetMGM lines to make all of our picks, and we will have special offers for Field of 68 fans, including same-game parlays, best-in-class live betting, and daily odds boost. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD to get up to a $1,500 first bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM. Here's how it works. You download the BetMGM app, you sign up using bonus code FIELD, you deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game, and you receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets if your bet loses. Just make sure you use that bonus code FIELD when you sign up. Make this college basketball season one for the history books. Make $1,500 first bet offer today.
Getting set for the start of half number 2 between Northern Arizona and Drake. Lumberjacks with a 3-point edge after the opening 20. Eric Henderson's first game in charge of the Bulldogs. They were off to a good start. Things stagnated a bit. How do they change things up in the second half?
Well, I think if you're coach, the message there in the halftime was like, first and foremost, we got to do a much, much better job rebounding the basketball, giving up 9 offensive rebounds in the first half, and then offensively, a little bit too much one-on-one. Can we get some more movement on that end of the floor? Just 28 points in the first half, but get some more movement, more paint touches. Try to put Northern Arizona in more closeout situations.
Yeah, I thought that they moved the ball well. You got to get offensive, get defensive rebounds. You got to limit it to one shot. There were too many second chance opportunities there, and get a hand up on Ryan Abelman. And I don't think you can. He made a couple of tough ones. That last one that he made was not the easiest shot that he's taken. But you got to, who they're going to offensively, right? There's 2 guys that they're looking for right now. You got to shut him down.
And that's it. That's the message. You have to almost face guard him. 4 for 7 from the 3-point line. Fellas, he's not allowed to get off 7 threes in this second
Make
half.
someone else beat you. Make anyone else beat you.
This great Bulldog side in a fight right now with this Lumberjacks team from Flagstaff.
One other big thing to note, Will Exact went out with about 9 minutes left in that half with his second foul and sat the rest of the half.
He's the energy guy. I mean, he's the guy that brings the energy. He's the engine. When they went on that run to start the first half, he was the guy standing at the top of the key telling his team to let's go. They rely on that, and they need that, and they need him to stay out of foul trouble in the second half.
Oku Federico backing down Davidson. Nice high finish from the sophomore.
If they're not going to send 2 when he's got the ball in the post, then he's going to have to score, and he's going to have to punish Northern Arizona for that decision.
6 points now for Federico. Peterson left open. Confident shot from the freshman.
They said that he's been the best shooter in practice for him since he got there. And he hasn't really shot a lot in the exhibitions. He didn't shoot a lot in the scrimmages. He took a couple in the first half, but if he can get it going, I think that changes things a little bit for Northern Arizona.
And that's the thing for Drake. You could see Quinn right there backing up when he caught the ball, not even knowing if he's a good three-point shooter, daring him to shoot. Knocked it down.
Jalen Quinn able to penetrate. 34-32.
Apparently they teach a Euro step in Tuscola, Illinois, too.
Arne Osoynik. Quiet first half.
First time they've really said his name, yeah.
He was 0 for 5 in the opening 20, able to knock this one down. Osoynik now a 6'6 junior. Had good numbers last year with Eastern Michigan. Nice find inside as Federico has nobody around him for the easy flush.
Yeah, help side defense just wasn't there. Zach saw it, read it, made the pass inside to Federico.
Osoynik now finding Davidson inside as both of these teams start to find their rhythm offensively. Davidson's got 12 to go along with 6 rebounds. Here was Quinn on the drive, stepping through.
2 in a row?
One on the right, one on the left.
2 in a row?
Jalen Quinn playing in his 100th collegiate game. The previous 99 with Loyola. That's pretty. Jackson, after Osoynik got into the paints.
Osoynik making some plays in this second half, especially off the bounce, setting his teammates up. This guy's he's played in a lot of college basketball years. I mean, you go back to his career at Eastern Michigan, and he knows what this stage is all about.
He was a former all-freshman pick in the MAC. He told us yesterday he just wanted an opportunity to have more of a role, more of an all-around role. Felt like he was just more of a shooter there. Chance to really lead this team. A confident kid, really great personality.
I mean, you're seeing it right there, right?
Yeah.
A couple drives to the lane. Couple assists. Nice pass.
Woo! Davidson created the turnover on one end. Peterson found him on the other. NAU with a 6-point advantage now. Quinn cutting into it here. Basket will count.
That's a point that they made at halftime. I'm sure of it. Is that Eric Henderson said, we don't think that he can guard you, Jalen. You got to go take advantage of it. That's 3 straight times. As you see the assist here to Zach Davidson running the floor. Brendan Peterson does a great job of keeping his head up and keeping the vision. He sees the court.
And that's one of the things that's difficult. I mean, he's playing in his first college game, so as a coaching staff from Drake, you have to be stressing to your players. This guy is a talented player. There's a reason that his coach has put him in the starting lineup as a freshman point guard, and their urgency level guarding this Northern Arizona team that Drake needs to play this second half with has to go through the roof.
Yeah, what's interesting about that, as you mentioned, Kayvon Bradford was the starter for the point for the 2 games. When they ran through their scout team stuff, Drake was preparing for Kayvon Bradford, and he's played all of, I believe, about 1 minute and 56 seconds in this game. So when you don't have the film, when you don't have the tape, there's a lot of unknowns early on in the season.
Here's Thomas trying to find Carr on the roll. The big 7-footer from New Mexico, unable to finish, but he'll head to the free throw line.
Lumberjack number 3, Jackson, his second.
Man, I think you should try to grow out the mustache like this guy. I'll grow out Ramon Damon's hair. You grow out Isaiah Carr's mustache.
You, Rob, I'm in my 40s. I don't know that I can grow a mustache like that still in my life. I'm not sure I'm capable of growing a stash like that.
Jackson, by the way, picking up his second personal a moment ago, will head to the bench.
You know, Rob, you bring up the unknown with a whole new team and maybe not having some film, or the unknown of a freshman point guard. There's one thing you do know, though, and that's playing hard. Regardless of who the personnel is, regardless of what they're running on offense or a play that we didn't see, you can't just completely lose sight of your man on the backside and get back cut. You just got to play a little bit harder.
This is Quinn taking it right to the rim. Aaliyah on the offensive glass. It was a great back cut at the other end, but again, that's where having a 7-footer around the rim can help you. Oakland Fort, no place to go with that basketball. Carr inside, traveled with it.
I'll tell you what, this Northern Arizona team is flying around on the defensive end of the floor, making it very difficult for Drake to find a rhythm offensively.
Number 0, Braden Applebaum.
1-9.
The Bulldogs with 8 turnovers in this contest. Shooting just 37% from the floor in the game. NAU with the basketball up by 2, early stages of the second.
You know, they're only shooting 37% right now, but they've made 10 of their last 12 field goal attempts. They found a rhythm offensively. They figured out how to be able to be impactful on the offensive end of the floor, which is why they've been able to take the lead here.
Turnover forced. Applehans, you hear the NAU bench screaming, get out there, shooter. He's hit a couple today. Applehans from behind the arc. Quinn. Carr. (42-40), Northern Arizona with a 2-point lead. 4.5 gone in the second. Davidson trying to post up Carr inside. It'll go to Poom, who can't shoot.
He made 1 in the first half.
Abelman, he made 4 in the first half. He's got 5 now.
And Rob, you said it. You just can't lose him. Regardless of what's being run on the offensive end of the floor, now with his 5th made 3, you cannot lose sight of where he is on the floor.
Here's Quinn once again, taking it at 4th this time. Offensive rebound, the putback does not fall. Davidson is there.
All of a sudden, the shots that Drake are getting are not as easy as they were in the first couple of minutes of this half.
Isaiah Shaw now for 3. The lefty knocking down his first look from deep.
And you see a level of frustration right now on some of the Drake's players' faces, and almost their offense is affecting their defense a little bit. They've got to get back to playing with that tenacity on the defensive end of the floor.
Thomas, exact on the offensive glass. They've gone cold at this end. NAU, by the way, 8 of 15 now from behind the arc for this game. Davidson will try his luck. It's all dropping for the Lumberjacks here. Timeout, Eric Henderson. 51-40, NAU up by 11.
As you see in transition here, Oakland Fort setting up Zach Davidson, step in 3, bottoms.
We all know the Players Era Festival has become the best field in all of college basketball. And you have the opportunity to win a VIP trip to the Players Era Festival in Las Vegas, thanks to our partners over at BetMGM. Here's how it works. Opt into the contest and start placing bets on any sport of at least $10 with plus 100 odds or greater. When you do that, you earn leaderboard points based on the bet's odds and the amount that you wagered. The more you bet, the higher the odds, the more points that you earn. The top players in that contest are going to win a prize package that includes tickets to the games, withdrawable funds for travel, a 4-night stay at the luxurious Mandalay Bay here in Las Vegas, and more. For the full list of prizes, look in the description below. Make the tournament legendary with BetMGM. Vegas is calling. You going to answer?
What does primary care mean to us? At Sanford Health, it means being there when and where you need it most. It means building a relationship, because when a provider really knows you, they can deliver the best care for every aspect of your health and your life. So what does primary care mean for you? It means understanding your health for today and for where you're headed next. It means a lifetime of care for a lifetime of you.
A 9-0 run has propelled Northern Arizona to an 11-point lead over the reigning Missouri Valley Conference champions, 51-40 our score. That's a fired up Northern Arizona bench.
Yeah, and you look at the other end right now, and it's a Drake team that almost seems shocked. They seem shocked that they're down 11 points. You can see it in some of their faces. And hey guys, this team was finished 10th in the league. We're not supposed to be losing to them. We've got the 4th most wins in the last 5 years of anybody in the entire country, and the urgency level the Drake Bulldogs need to start playing with has got to go through the roof, because this Northern Arizona team is playing with a ton of confidence right now.
Yeah, they let them get hot, man. That's the biggest thing. The shooting is contagious. You let these guys get hot, and now they believe. Now they think they belong. And it's not to say that they didn't belong, right? But you've let these guys come out here and play with a level of confidence that that you probably didn't have at the start of the game, right? And I mean, how do you fix that? How do you switch that? How do you switch the energy for Drake?
You call a timeout and you challenge your team in the huddle. That's exactly what you do. Is another good finish on the inside by Quinn.
He's got 12 now, Jalen Quinn, just to get the lead back into single digits. 51-42, NAU 8 of 11 from the floor in this half as Poom goes up and comes down hard. Oku Federico in transition to exact. Quinn, the skip. Aaliyah for 3. Last touch by the Jacks. It'll be a immediate timeout now with 13:21 to go in the half. Northern Arizona still with this advantage over the Bulldogs from Drake.
At NCAA championships, noise is made here. Memories are made here. Champions win here. The only thing missing here is you. The NCAA Division II Women's Volleyball Championship coming to Sioux Falls, South Dakota this December. Get your seats at ncaa.com/tickets.
Do you need your fix of college basketball analysis at the end of every night during the season? If you crave instant reactions and informed breakdowns, make sure you tune into the Field of 68 After Dark every night with access to the biggest stars in the sport and a cast of characters that includes the likes of Tyler Hansborough, Randolph Childress, John Fanta, John Henson, Terrence Oglesby, Jarrell McNeil, and many, many more. The Field of 68 After Dark is where college basketball happens.
As one of the nation's strongest financial organizations, First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card have the strength to do good. We support nearly 700 organizations and nonprofits. Our employees give more than 30,000 volunteer hours annually. And we are continually seeking ways to make South Dakota an even better place to live. It's the Premier way. First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card.
9-point advantage for Northern Arizona on top of Drake midway through the second half. This is the second meeting all time between these two programs. You got to go back to 2013, the last time they hooked up, a 20-point win for the Bulldogs at the Fresno State Classic. That was year 1 of the Ray Giacoletti era. A different story here today. That was a comfortable win. The team from the Valley being challenged today by this upstart squad from the Big Sky. And you had all the momentum a moment ago. Back-to-back timeouts, though. Perhaps just settling things down just a little bit. See if Drake can use that to the advantage.
There's really nothing better in college basketball than the back-to-back TV timeouts. Right?
You're a huge fan.
My favorite thing about the sport.
That you love that.
Yeah, I mean, we got the buildings getting warm. Guys are making shots. Let's just have them sit down for 7 minutes straight.
Isaiah Shaw with the personal foul as Wilkins Jr. exact. The junior from Montreal was backing him down.
You can see there's an emphasis on getting the ball to the paint, especially in this second half, not settling, continuing to run their offense. For Drake, it's got to change on the other end of the floor.
Bulldogs do have 26 paint points. Go to Carr. Federico bouncing off of Poom. He'll go to the free throw line.
Drake's had a couple shots at the rim. Isaiah Carr's that rolled out. The one where Will Exact had a shot in front of the rim. I think he airballed a 4-footer. That layup right there, that right there is the difference, right? That's 6 points that they left on the floor.
Lee's had some open threes that haven't gone down. I mean, wide open looks. But your offense can't affect your defense. Your offense can't affect the effort on the other end of the floor. The messaging needs to be, let's get stops, let's get on the break, let's get some easy baskets. We got to play harder and lock in defensively if we're going to have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. We just watched Murray State run a whole bunch of really advanced, different kind of concepts and different kind of sets. NAU's not reinvented the wheel when it comes to what they do offensively, but it's like get the ball to a side, get a ball screen, get it in our best players' hands, and let's make something happen.
Brennan Peterson, the freshman point, back on for the Lumberjacks. The crew able to connect on a couple of free throws. The lead back to 7.
There you see Exact moving to that 3 spot. Drake going a little bit bigger now, playing true traditional bigs and moving him over and sliding him to the small 4 spot, which is something they talked they wanted to do.
That results in a turnover there. A bit of an ill-advised pass from Jackson high-low. Exact attacking. Jackson with the block. Everybody on this NAU bench who we talked to yesterday just said, you're going to see something in Travar Jackson. Fantastic athlete, showing the bounce here.
With the left.
Gets up quick, man.
Goes
he got
with
off the
the
ground
left.
Travar originally from Anchorage. Started at Pima Community College where he was an All-American. Abelman, an open look off the inbounds, too strong. Jackson, the long offensive rebounds. Abelman with 18 today, 5 threes on the afternoon. He'll try another. Drake living dangerously a bit, giving him 2 open looks.
They dodged a bullet on that one.
They did. They dodged one. They went under on a ball screen. Had an open look on that one and a wide open look there.
Clean strip from Jackson. Possession will stay with the team from Des Moines.
In for Drake, number 2, Griffin Goodberry.
You got a pretty pro Drake crowd in the building. They're just waiting on. Give them something. Give them something to be excited about. Give them something to cheer about to get behind this team.
Getting more shooting on the floor here. You got Griffin Goodberry coming in. You got Brendan Applehands coming in. They are trying to get the ball to the paint, but there's only so much you can do to get the ball to the paint when there's no space in the paint to be able to move.
Eric Henderson going from that supersized lineup with both Oku Federico and Isaiah Carr out there. Goodberry's still 6'10", so they are not small, but he's much more of a stretch 5. They trail by 7. Exact gets this one to fall.
That's a big one, man. That's a big one. Get it down to 4. Get a little momentum. There's a little bit of noise coming from the crowd behind us.
Will Exact, just a 26% three-point shooter last year at Bowling Green after a season at Utah. 1 of 3 now from deep today. Now playing some defense as well, stripping Jackson. Thomas in transition. Exact over Jackson, gets his own miss. Great strip from behind from Abelman.
Shot by Northern Arizona to get back transition defense-wise, because Exact playing with that motor, that bounce off the floor to get his team a second chance opportunity, but Northern Arizona just there.
6 to shoot. Davidson taking the freshman off the bounce. Tough hook shot does not drop for Zach Davidson. We will step away. 10:52 left in regulation. Northern Arizona with the 4-point edge. The Bulldogs, though, creeping a little closer. 51-47.
Would you be surprised to find out that the Field of 68 is home to more than 35 podcasts? More than 25 team-specific podcasts that are hosted by the people that know what fans want the most. The Goodman and Humble podcast, the DTF podcast, the A10 Insider podcast, and the Mountain West podcast. But wait, there's even more. The Field of 68 will be launching the ACC Insider podcast this year. Subscribe to this channel and come along for the ride.
You are beautifully unique, unapologetically academic. You're not afraid to color outside the lines, and neither are we. Imagine yourself here in modern labs designed for 21st century students. Drake is a university with a vibrant capital city right next door, where you get a degree that gets employers' attention. This is Drake University, where you will stand out from day one. Learn more at drake.edu.
Northern Arizona University in Flagstaff, Arizona. The best college town in Arizona that has 4 seasons, pine trees, and a magnificent mountain view. Explore breathtaking trails, immerse yourself in a vibrant arts and culture scene, and connect with a community that's as dynamic as you are. Come visit the heart of Northern Arizona and experience the bold spirit of NAU, where adventure meets the extraordinary. That's NAU.
Arizona still with a 4-point advantage over Drake midway through the second half. The Bulldogs, though, creeping a little bit closer. The lead had ballooned to 11 just a moment ago. Lumberjacks, though, have missed their last 5 shots. More intensity on the Drake defensive side has caused some of that.
Yeah, that was the best 4-minute segment that they had on the defensive end of the floor. There was one breakdown. They got a little bit lucky because Ryan Abel missed a wide open 3 and a miscommunication on a switch, but they're locking in on that end. They're making the shots a little bit more difficult. And I think, look, scored 7 in a row. We're going to have ourselves a great finish here.
We're going to have ourselves a great finish. And, you know, those timeouts continuing to harp on the message of it's Davidson, it's Abelman. 35 points between those two guys. 13 of the 19 made field goals on a, so you see a good back cut here. Thomas gets the reverse layup to go, but defensively focusing in on those two guys if you're Drake.
ATOs, McCall, ATOs.
This is as close as the Bulldogs have been since the half. 51-49, 9-0 run. Davidson back to work. Off the window with the left this time.
It's almost one of those decisions. Do you send another guy and try to rotate out of it and not give up threes, because he is having himself a day.
Former California Player of the Year in high school, Eli Shetler, unable to connect from deep. The redshirt sophomore from Wichita, his first attempt. 19 now for Davidson. Osoynik trying to get something going. The Slovenian with the touch inside. Second field goal for Arne Osoynik. 55-49. Good response from the Jacks. Now Thomas, another back cut. Aaliyah, though, cannot finish on the reverse.
Another layup that doesn't drop.
Osoynik for 3. Yes!
What a response, man. Like, you can't say enough about that. You're up 11, you give up a 9-0 run, you go to a TV timeout, you come out of it, scored 7 straight.
Applehans able to answer. NAU, though, they have hit 10 threes in this game. 10 for 19 from behind the arc. Bulldogs with 6 now. Third triple of the day for Braden Applehans.
If we have a 3-point shooting contest with him and Abelman, who you think's winning that thing?
That's a coin flip.
Who you taking?
Davidson. And Goodberry thought he got all ball this time. It'll be a foul, though, against the freshman big.
Man, the pump fakes, the footwork, old school fundamental game from from Zach Davidson there. I don't think you would call him a Maserati when he's out there playing, man, but he is a lot of fun to watch, and he gets the job done. You know what? He's like a reliable pickup truck, right, McCall?
There you go.
A Honda Civic. You get you from point A to
stick
point
with
B.
the pickup truck. Stick with the truck. Stick with the truck. Please.
Not a Maserati is what
stick
you're
with
saying.
The truck. I'm a Ford guy. Stick with the truck.
The F-150 here at the free throw line.
The F-150 at the free throw line. Let's go.
20 points now for Zach Davidson out of Mission Viejo, California. Redshirted his first season in Missoula, then played sparingly last year on a really good Grizzlies team. Transferring within the Big Sky with something to prove this year. Off to a pretty good start in that regard.
It's the first time Northern Arizona has taken another transfer from within the conference. And I think after the way that this is gone, maybe Shane wants to do that a little bit more.
It just goes to show you, too, find the right fit. You know, the transfer portal is the norm. It's what everybody wants to do now. Everybody wants to go into the portal. But if you go in the portal and you don't find the right fit, you could be miserable. You make the wrong decision, and your college career is over. He's made the right decision coming here to this program because he is flourishing in this system.
Big bucket from Will Exact now. He's got 9 points to go along with 8 rebounds. Davidson, another easy one inside. Great penetration to free up the big man.
And I'll tell you what, Ernest Soynick has not had the best scoring game that he's ever had, but that was a perfect pass once again.
Soynick with 3 assists and now another rebound. And you with a 7-point advantage and the basketball. Davidson, this one too strong.
Would you call that a heat check? I don't know if
just a touch.
Yeah,
there, I think.
You don't see front court players with heat checks very often, but I think maybe that was.
I mean, for an F-150, that is a heat check right there.
How about the defense right here by the freshman? Sitting down and guarding, not getting beat off the dribble.
Jalen Quinn to Jay-Sean Thomas for the bucket, man. It's the Pink Pony Clubs matching up.
That's a tough shot there by Thomas. He's got 15 now to lead Drake. 61-56. Abelman, one of his first shots from inside the arc, does not drop. Chance for the Bulldogs to get closer. Exact inside. Took the contacts from Osoynick, and we'll head to the free throw line when we come back to the Pentagon. Don't go anyplace. 7:05 to go in this one. 5-point basketball game. Northern Arizona still on top.
As you know by now, we have teamed up with BetMGM again this season. We'll be using BetMGM lines to make all of our picks, and we will have special offers for Field of 68 fans, including same-game parlays, best-in-class live betting, and daily odds boost. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD to get up to a $1,500 first bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM. Here's how it works. You download the BetMGM app, you sign up using bonus code FIELD, you deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game, and you receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets if your bet loses. Just make sure you use that bonus code FIELD when you sign up. Make this college basketball season one for the history books. Make $1,500 first bet offer today.
If you have a question, I'll take the time.
I love being a pharmacist at Lewis Drug because I love helping people.
If you have a question, any question, I'll take the time to answer it.
If you have a question, any question, I'll take the time to answer it.
I'm Mark Griffin, president of Lewis Drug. For 81 years, Lewis Drug has been helping families stay healthy and enjoy life. If you ever to Lewis Drug.
Northern Arizona, the team picked to finish 10 out of 10 in the Big Sky this year with a point to prove today. They've got a 5-point advantage over the reigning Missouri Valley champions. Alex Seinert, Rob Doster, Matt McCall with you from Sioux Falls. The middle game of 3 from the Pentagon. It's been an impressive performance from this group. Shane Burkhardt, who's now in his 7th season as the head coach, talked about how this team has an attitude of effort, toughness, togetherness. That's what they're built on. They've shown that today. They've managed to maintain a lead that they had at the half. Throughout the second, they grew it to as many as 11. Can they keep it going now with 7:05 to go?
Yeah, the first time that Drake was able to cut into his lead, NAU immediately responded. Bucket. Osoynick got a 3 from the corner. Make both these free throws, it's back to a one-possession game again. What's the response going to be for Northern Arizona?
You know, you go back to that 12-minute mark in the first half where Drake had a 9-point lead. And it just seemed like Northern Arizona didn't lose their composure. They stuck to the game plan, continued to do what they did. It's almost like Drake took a little bit of a breath, took a little bit off the gas, and Northern Arizona has responded and responded the right way. So, to your point, Rob, back to a one-possession game. They've had an answer this entire second half. We'll see what they come up with here.
This is Shaw. Davidson, who's having a great debut. 22 points, 9 rebounds. Peterson back to Davidson. The hook over the 7-footer, Carr.
Pivot, pump fake, pivot.
They call that the pirouette jump hook. You know, they went back to that same action, the little rip screen action to try and get a 3 off. As Exact with the and one and the tough finish, taking on the contact.
A little continuation there, too. That's something new in college basketball this season. I don't hate it. I'm not mad at it. Get through.
Drive, play off 2, get it up to his right hand, but they went back to that same play on the other end. Drake did a good job defending it, but the patience on the inside by the big fella to not force up a bad shot, pivot. Man, what a night he's having.
And the internal clock to know that you're not going to get 3 seconds there. To know how much time you have to be able to get that shot up. There's no panic in his game. Same thing again.
Shaw on the drive. Davidson there. Free throws on the way.
I mean, they're going to run it until you stop it.
You know, that single side ball screen, he's not setting it. He's slipping. Northern Arizona's guards are driving the slip, and then they're finding him on the inside. It's got Drake in a little bit of a predicament just in terms of what they're doing coverage-wise.
Davidson's career night continues. What are you hearing from Shane Burkhardt?
He's saying one possession, and we saw him yesterday work on a zone in practice. And I'm wondering if he's going to throw it out here and see if he can't catch Drake a little bit off guard. You know, if Drake understands, it's tough to do it off a missed free throw, but we'll see if he tries it again.
Applehahn's in the corner. Does not let them get that set up.
That's big. It's so dangerous when you have a guy like Will Exact that can grab and go. And just you get rid of the outlet pass and you just get out in transition, get your shooters up the floor, and don't give Applehans any space.
Side ball game. Shot too strong. Jackson on the offensive rebounds. Abelman for 3. No. Good hustle there by Isaiah Shaw. Peterson, the open look.
Dang.
Shaw again. Third offensive rebound of this possession from Isaiah Shaw. They want this.
The effort on the glass. This game's coming down to possessions. You got to rebound the basketball.
Peterson, the step back 3.
They had some looks there, man. That's going to be the possession that you wanted one of those to drop.
Here's Quinn now. That's a tough finish after the contact. Drake in front for the first time in this half. The Bulldogs showing a little grit with 5:17 to go in the seconds.
If you think about it, too, a missed free throw, up 3, leads to a 3 on the other end of the floor, ultimately allows Drake to take the lead.
Well, they got that offensive rebound over there as well. So they got the offensive rebound, the ball gets stripped out of them, ends up in Will Exact's hands. So you got a chance to go up and make a layup, to put it up to 5, and boom, all of a sudden, Will Exact's going down the other end. When runs like that happen against you, all you can say, Matt, I'm in my feelings now.
But you ain't got time to be in your feelings right now. We've got a one-possession game with 5 minutes to go. It's a great timeout by Coach. Settle your squad down. You've played outstanding basketball up to this point in time, but you got to love the response. You got to love the response by Drake. Being down 9, coming back, find a way to get back into this game and take the lead.
I believe right now the officials are looking at whether or not that Brendan Applehand's 3 in the corner was in fact a 3 and not a 2. Nothing more frustrating than when you get that toe on the line, huh?
I don't think he has his toe on the line too much with the way he shoots the basketball.
That call of a 3 from Appelhans will stands. His 4th triple of the day, 12 points now off the bench for that young man, Braden Appelhans, the redshirt junior from Blue Springs, Missouri. 60. Actually, they are going to reverse this and say 2-point basket. Here's the official word. Appelhans' foot was on the line, so 65-64. Bulldogs now up by 1.
It's the nicest conversation Matt McCall has had with an official.
They love me now.
2002.
Everybody comes over here and they hug me, and we love this side of Matt McCall. That's stomping and yelling at us and screaming. They love me now.
Yeah, you had to stomp down, man, with the dress shoes.
Dress shoes, stomping. Come on.
Osoynik, who has 4 fouls, back on the floor, under 5 to play. Good contest by Federico. Osoynik gets it back. Jackson, great effort. Nice find down low. Davidson could not get the roll, but free throws are on the way.
The king of the pump fake, man. You got to stay down.
Got to stay down. You have to stay on your feet, but the effort on the offensive glass by this Northern Arizona team. I mean, Coach Henderson knew it. He knew it, and he knew this number 5 who's going to the free throw line that Rob Doster has named a Ford F-150. He knew you had to block him out and keep him off the glass. That was a focus in practice, and every single time yesterday they gave up an offensive rebound, Coach went nuts. But sometimes you have it's tough to simulate what a guy can do in the game.
NAU has 15 offensive rebounds. Davidson with 9 boards, but he misses both free throws here. Zach Davidson now 4 of 8 from the line today.
53% free throw shooter last season. Free throws are free, Coach.
Now, he only took 15 of those all of last year, but yes, only made half of them. Some clutch ones that do not drop for the redshirt sophomore, and now more free throws coming.
Every time Brendan Peterson is in the game, Jalen Quinn is going down, getting downhill, getting to his left hand and coming back to the right. They've done it probably the last 6 times that Brendan Peterson has been guarding him. And as you see, Oakland Fort coming here to check into the game right now.
Yeah, I bet down the stretch of this game you'll see some offense, defense with those two, coming in, and especially on dead balls, can Coach make that switch and that substitution. You bring up the free throw shooting. On Northern Arizona's side with Zach Davidson. Does Drake go to little intentionally fouling him coming down the stretch? If he catches it or if he's in the post, do you take one? Do you take one and just put him back at the line?
Hack a Zach? Is that what you're saying?
Hack a Zach.
It might be a better option than just letting him sit there and pump fake.
There's no question. Make him go to the line, 53%.
Death by 1,000 pump fakes, the Zach Davidson story.
I just tell you what, though, both of these coaches, whoever ends up losing this game is going to point to the free throw line, missing some big free throws down the stretch.
Yeah, Quinn just getting 1 of 2.
Again, man.
I think they go hack a Zach. Tie ball game.
How many points did this guy have last season?
All
season long, yeah.
We can do that math. 33. He averaged under 3 a night. He only played in 16 games for Montana. He's closing in on what he scored all of last year in Missoula. 27 now to go along with 9 rebounds. 11 of 17 from the floor.
I mean, they're looking for it now. They're looking for him. They want him on the block. They want that isolation. They didn't care who's against him. They throw it to him on the block, and he says, "That's cookie dough, man. It's time to eat."
That's cookie dough. 9th team foul on NAU. 1-1 for Appelhans. This one does find the bottom of the tin to pull Drake back on top. Peterson and Osoynik both have 4 for NAU with 4:01 left. Another media timeout coming at the next whistle. Appelhans just gets 1 of 2. One-point ball game. Under 4 to play. Northern Arizona led by 3 at the half after Drake led by as many as 9 in the first. Davidson, who's been the story today, spinning, but couldn't get the lefty to drop.
Coach said, give him the ball, let's go. Maybe with a couple other words in there, but
Oh, Davidson called for the touch foul on the reach. Isaiah Carr with 2 free throws coming when we come back to the Sanford Pentagon. 1-point basketball game between Drake and NAU.
Do you need your fix of college basketball analysis at the end of every night during the season? If you crave instant reactions and informed breakdowns, make sure you tune into the Field of 68 After Dark every night with access to the biggest stars in the sport and a cast of characters that includes the likes of Tyler Hansborough, Randolph Childress, John Fanta, John Henson, Terrence Oglesby, Jarrell McNeil, and many, many more. The Field of 68 After Dark is where college basketball happens.
You are beautifully unique, unapologetically academic. You're not afraid to color outside the lines, and neither are we. Imagine yourself here in modern labs designed for 21st century students. Drake is a university with a vibrant capital city right next door, where you get a degree that gets employers' attention. This is Drake University, where you will stand out from day one. Learn more at drake.edu.
There is no sport in America that is more difficult to follow than college basketball. It can be overwhelming. That's where the Field of 68 Daily comes into play. The Daily is your go-to source for injury updates, recruiting news, and transfer portal additions that actually matter. For just $50 a year, get access to the same information that your favorite team's coaching staff is subscribed for. Quality content can be hard to find in the college basketball space. The Daily is here to help you with that.
Take a short survey. We'll take a minute.
It's been a fantastic basketball game here this afternoon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. The Drake Bulldogs with a 1-point advantage over the Northern Arizona Lumberjacks. Drake, winners of 31 games a season ago, made it to the round of 32 in the NCAA tournament last year. Essentially a whole new roster under a new head coach in Eric Henderson. They have faced a stiff test from a Northern Arizona side that won 18 games last year, also newly remade under 7th-year head coach Shane Burkhardt. This Lumberjack side has fought. It is Drake there with the free throw line with a chance to extend their advantage. Calm some nerves in this building in front of a very pro-Drake crowd. Again, Des Moines just about 4 hours to the southeast of Sioux Falls. Coolly done by Isaiah Carr, who was just a 59% free throw shooter a season ago while at Denver. Carr had to overcome a broken hand that he suffered after the first month of the season, missed much of the years. Oku Federico came down with the basketball but travels. Crowd doesn't like it.
Again, I'm going to point back to the free throw shooting here. I mean, this is coming. We've got a one-possession game. This game's coming down to the wire. Somebody's going home with the loss. He'll point back to some just costly missed free throws.
Abelman stepping into one. Left it short. To your point, Matt, Drake 12 of 18 from the line. Northern Arizona 6 of 11. Exact, one off the line. Quinn, he'll try the three. Jalen Quinn, 18 now for the senior. Drake back up by 5.
That was one of the better offensive possessions in this second half for the Bulldogs. They've got some movement, some dribble penetration, extra pass. Quinn took advantage and knocks it down.
Right back to the big man, though. Right back to the post. They always got an answer with Zach Davidson.
What do you think of the hack of Zach? Would you go to it?
I don't know, man. It's not. Oh, we got the zone, though. You're right. You called it. And it forces a turnover.
Trayvon Jackson getting down. There is Davidson on the floor. Oh, Jalen Quinn got hurt at the end of that play.
That's a goaltend. That's going to be. It's going to count and the foul.
Adonai Osoynik pushing the issue.
Jalen Osoynik coming through Applebonds here, getting the goaltend and one.
The response, Rob, the response. They continue to have a response.
Jalen Quinn went down behind the play. I didn't see what happened to him, but he has been taken out for Jay Sean Thomas. He was limping. It looks like a cramp. Yeah, it looks like a cramp. They're rubbing his calves and stretching his legs. my medical expertise.
I think spot on diagnosis.
Did you take the Pinacon juice over there to him?
Maybe I will. You know what? I'm going to put on my reporter's hat. I'm going to go figure out what's happening. I'll be right back.
There's a bit of a stoppage here. Eric Henderson getting an explanation from our crew. They have put in Jay-Sean Thomas to replace Jalen Quinn. Not sure if Coach Henderson was challenging.
We have our first challenge of the college basketball.
There you go. That's what it was going on. Shane Burkhardt was trying to say that too much time had passed for Henderson.
That is his argument by Coach Burkhardt. He's saying right now it's too late. It took too much time. Let my guy go to the free throw line and knock down his free throw and tie up this game. He felt like that was the case.
Now the question is the challenge for the goaltend or is it for the foul? Not sure if we've got confirmation of what.
The first challenge of college basketball season. Boys, I'm so excited to be here with the two of you. We get to call the first challenge ever.
The best part about college basketball is the reviews. Nothing better than I will say this though: the challenge system, where you only have to go to the monitor when it is requested, and you get one of them a game. That is how this should be.
And this crew of John Hampton, Jacob Hers, Trent Lovewell didn't take long over at the monitor.
It's never a good sign for the team challenging.
Well, it takes that quickly. That's never a good sign.
After review, the call is confirmed.
Call stands.
And now, you think about it, Drake loses the timeout. We're in a one-possession game. With 2 minutes to go, Drake now loses one of their timeouts. That is costly. That's a challenge that, that's the risk you run when you challenge a play, and it's a big play in the game. This is a huge play in the game. I understand why Coach was challenging it, but that's the risk you run when you lose the timeout now.
They have one left with 2:14 to go. Osoynik able to complete the three-point play and tie this basketball game up, 71-71.
Back to that zone. They worked on it yesterday. You heard Coach say it. Let's try it. One possession. It worked the last possession. He's going back to it here.
Federico down low. Call got it stripped from Davidson. It'll stay with Drake.
Jalen Quinn was dealing with cramps, and he is checking back into the game now.
Quinn has been Drake's leading scorer today, one of 5 Bulldogs in double figures. It's been Thomas Quinn, Exact, Federico, and Applehans. Isaiah Carr has 2 points. No one else has scored for the team from Des Moines. They are tied with Northern Arizona, under 2 to play. Applehans, the long three.
Big rebound.
Federico on the glass.
Big rebound. That's what makes him so dangerous, man, because he can step down and knock down a three. I think he can go get a rebound out of his area. 7'4" wingspan coming in handy there.
Drake back on top. Osoynik trying to answer. Federico, back-to-back rebounds on either ends for the sophomore. Now a chance for the Bulldogs to extend this lead. Under 90 seconds to play.
You notice here they've switched Brendan Peterson. He's now on Applehans instead of on Jalen Quinn.
It is Abelman getting that assignment. Exact with 3 to shoot. Osoynik now with the basketball. 60 seconds to go.
Good defensive possession there by Northern Arizona. Last time down, they missed Davidson on the inside. Osoynik had him. He forced up a tough shot. We'll see if they get him a touch here.
The freshman Peterson. Abelman really stripped. Peterson back to Abelman. A little scrambler here for NAU. Davidson on the backside. Great hustle. Applehans.
Great hustle and an even better box out by Carr. He was not going to let Davidson get that ball.
Foul, right? I think you got to give the foul. 5-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
Time winding down, and now the foul does come. It'll be Quinn going to the free throw line.
It was 2 possessions on the offensive end of the floor by Northern Arizona. They run that little single side ball screen, and it's been working all day. And they kind of threw a little throwback action, short roll by Davidson. They just missed him on the last 2 possessions. I feel like he was open. He's got to get a touch there with the game that he's having.
Appelhahn's a confident stroke there. Now the big one coming. 16 seconds left. Still a 1-possession game. Appelhahn's such a great shooter. 13 points today. And the lefty is able to knock down 2 clutch free throws to extend this to a 4-point advantage.
And this is, you hear the Drake crowd exact over there looking at him and tell them to get up on their feet. We've got a 2-possession game. There's a ton of time. There's no need for Northern Arizona to feel like they have to get a 3 here. You need to get Davidson a touch. If he draws a double team, you can kick out and take a wide open one. But for me, Rob, and I know maybe someday you'll be on the rules committee for the NCAA and help with some of these rules. When you call a timeout in this situation, the ball needs to get advanced. It needs to be like the NBA. The ball needs to get advanced. Coach should be drawing up a side out-of-bound action right now.
I go back and forth on it, but I do think for the watchability of the game, it makes it more entertaining.
Absolutely.
And
we're going to get more buzzer beaters.
I'm kind of with you on that one. But I would say that the argument against it is one that I understand, right? Like the ball, you take the ball out from under the basket. That's what you do in basketball. So I understand why people make that argument, but I'm here for the entertainment. I'm here for the buzzer beaters. I'm here for the game winners.
Yes.
So I tend to lean in your direction.
Out of the huddle, 16.9 to go. Drake with a 4-point lead.
So what are you running here, Matt? Are you looking for the 3? You're looking for a quick layup?
You look to get somebody on the run. I think you'll see some misdirection action coming here, but somebody's going to catch this basketball on the run, and they're going to get down as fast as they possibly can. Possibly a hammer screen in the middle of the floor with some action on the backside, but they're going to go fast. You see here, Peterson on the run.
Oh, strong screen. It's going to be an illegal one from the freshman. They were trying to set Abelman up for the 3. That was Aaliyah.
That's tough by the young freshman. He's going full speed. They're just trying to run a simple dribble handoff. Drake's not a team that likes to switch, so it's there. But if you're going to set a screen on a DHO, you have to come to a stop. You have to come to a stop. His body was still moving. I think the officials got that call right.
It is the 5th personal on Brennan Peterson. Just 3 points today for the freshman, but he's played such a great game on both ends of the floor, managing things, taking care of the basketball. His team now in desperation mode, down by 4. And this will still be a 2-possession game unless something really wonky happens. Quinn able to get loose, able to commit the personal. Kayvon Bradford fresh in the game, running over the Drake senior.
You can see those cramps starting to pop up on him again, man. He got up there quick, walking gingerly.
Coach Henderson really stuck with certain lineups in the second half of this game. He went a little more offensive, smaller, playing exact at the 4, and they had some big offensive possessions. That slight change by Coach really worked in the second half.
You see they shot at just 36% in the opening 20 minutes, now 53% from the floor since the break. 13 of 17 now from the free throw line. 76-71, one more attempt for Quinn. 6-point lead for the Bulldogs.
Tell you what, they've made their free throws here in crucial times of this game.
Bradford attacking. Not too close to the rim that time. Quinn on the rebounds, and that will do it here in the opener. The Drake Bulldogs survive a great challenge from Northern Arizona. They will take the first game in the Eric Henderson era, 77-71. Give the Lumberjacks a ton of credit for pushing this Bulldogs team all the way to the final line. Just one or two possessions that did not go their way, and that was the difference.
There was a couple missed free throws there, too. The one missed free throw where they had the offensive rebound, they didn't secure it. Appelhans comes down and knocks down what was a 2. It was a big possession in the game that really changed momentum for Drake. The crowd got back behind them, and then you have to give Drake credit. It wasn't going well in this second half. They found themselves down 12 points in the second half. They didn't panic. You even saw Coach Henderson a couple times in timeouts giving the relax signal to his guys. We'll be okay. Relax. We need to calm down. Get back to doing what we do. And they found a way to win the game.
And they slowly chipped away at that 12-point advantage. Northern Arizona didn't go away. This was a one-possession game late. Again, 71-71 at one point. Drake, though, scores the final 6 to claim the victory. And it's a team that won 31 games a season ago, gets their first under new leadership. And that man, Eric Henderson, is standing by now with Rob.
I'm here with Eric Henderson, your first win as the Drake head coach. How's it feel to come back here to South Dakota and get this thing done?
Well, I'm happy for our guys, right? I thought we were pretty tight going into the game, and even at halftime we were still tight. But I thought in the second half we were able to get loose a little bit. Actually, when they took the lead, we started playing with a little more energy. But it feels good, obviously. It's a great place. The people are tremendous. So it's good to get it off our back, though, too.
So you come back to South Dakota. You find yourself down 11 in the second half. You call a timeout. Well, what was that huddle like? I bet nice and calm, just letting them, reminding them, hey, guys, we're pretty good at basketball still.
Well, you have seen my practices. I'm a pretty positive dude. So I just told our guys, hey, it's going to be one possession at a time. We knew they were going to punch. We've got some fight in us, too. We're going to punch back, and we certainly did. And I'm just really proud of our guys because new coach, nobody's played together before, ever, on this team. And so to be able to have some resiliency and fight back was pretty coul.
How good does it feel to come back here and get a win?
Yeah, that's a special deal. Obviously, you guys do a heck of a job with your event, and the Pentagon's a beautiful place. And it's great to be a Bulldog. I know that, my man.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this. I think the reason why Drake was stops down the stretch was that you were using your form in defensive positioning down the stretch.
I'm not near as athletic as I used to be, brother. I promise you that.
Congratulations. No.
Take care, pal.
Eric Henderson, Mr. Positivity, finding a way to lift his team to a 6-point win in his first game in charge. He said it, even though they're a very talented group, they had played 0 actual games of basketball together against an opponent like this. Pretty impressive for them to have the wherewithal to find a way in the end.
Yeah, and how about the performance by Exact? For him to go out there and get a double-double, he's the heart and soul of this team. He's playing multiple positions. He's playing the power forward spot. He's playing the small forward spot, playing that power forward spot coming down the stretch. But the winning plays that he continued to make and the energy that he plays with really pushed his team forward today.
Exactly. Those 2 fouls in the first half. Did not commit a single personal in the second half. 14 points, 12 rebounds for the junior from Montreal. One of 5 Bulldogs in double figures. Jalen Quinn with the big day with 20 points. Zach Davidson in a losing effort, 29 points, 9 rebounds. Rob Doster, the F-150 got it going. He just needed maybe 1 or 2 more opportunities down the stretch to give them a chance.
I'll tell you what, man, if that's the 10th best team in the Big Sky Conference, the Big Sky Conference is probably going to win a lot of games. You get like 3 or 4 teams in the tournament. Really impressive effort from them. I don't know if that's going to be what they want, right? Like, I don't think the moral victory is how St. Bertha operates. But I would be proud of that effort. I'd be proud of that group. I'd be proud of that team. And I'll tell you what, back to Drake. Brendan Appelhans, I don't know if you guys talked about this when I was on my way back. He hit 2 big threes there in the second half. One to put him up by 3, and then maybe 2 free throws to give them the lead. That's why you bring him in, Matt. That's why you have that guy on the roster to be able to make shots like that in those moments.
He's a winner. There's no question about it. He's a winner, and it ended up being the offensive rebounding that was so good for Northern Arizona. But you look at Drake, had some big ones coming down the stretch there, end up with 12 offensive rebounds in the game.
An impressive performance there on the end of that second half for the Bulldogs. They would stand a great charge from NAU and claim victory here at the Field of 68 opening showcase. Reminder, this is not the end. Another game coming up from Rock Hill shortly. A really good one coming up. And then, of course, we've got our nightcap at 8 o'clock here from Sioux Falls. South Dakota State taking on Merrimack. Stay tuned for that as well from here and from South Carolina as well. Our producer is Travis Wagaman. Chad Hunt running the show here at the Pentagon for my guy Rob Doster and Matt McCall. I'm Alex Steiner. Thank you for watching. Drake, 77-71, your winner here from